Captain America's an icon, then the shield is the icon of the icon.
Much like the outfit, it's not an obvious weapon. It dawns on him like, I don't need a gun. This thing is amazing.
Obviously, aside from just being a symbolic weapon, that he's there to metaphorically shield us from harm and the bad guys, the shield also became a very cool weapon for Captain America, especially when they went from the triangular shape to the more round shape.
A triangle is not a very practical thing to use as an offensive weapon. And the comics realized that they went to the circular shield because you could throw it and it'd be like a frisbee and come back, and they show that evolution through the movie.
Making it circular gave them the opportunity to really do things visually with it, to bounce it off walls, to throw it around, to have it return to him. And in a comic, this is all important, the visual aspect of it.
600 issues into the Cap comics, he still is able to do things with the shield you've never seen before. And it is always the challenge of our movies to bring that two-dimensional image to life in a three-dimensional film.
One of the things that I tried to bring to the design was some sense of realism. We wanted to try and bring some depth and give the camera something to play with reflections and really cool battle damage.
The shield's made of vibranium, which is stronger than steel, but 3/4 the weight, which makes it very good in battle.
It's a metal which absorbs all energy.
It makes a bullet feel like a cotton ball.
What do you think?
I think it works.
Believe it or not, for just a circular shield, we had 6 different sizes. We had different depths. We went through various metal spinnings to try and get the correct shape. We had to get this so it hugged Chris's body, so that it actually fitted his arms.
They have so many different shields in this film. We have the heavy shields for the shots where he needs to block myself, or it's going to be a close-up and it's this nice, shiny metallic. We have rubber shield when I'm actually knocking someone out with it and I actually got to hit somebody. We've had a couple shields that are magnetic for when I got to slip it on my back. And then we'll use no shield at all every now and then. Every now and then we'll have to do a shot where I have to throw it, and those just CGI it.
The toughest thing about the shield was making it believable that this guy could throw this thing, have it bounce off something and take some guy out, and have it come back to him. We tried some practical stuff where he's throwing a rubber shield. Nothing worked until we handed it over to Chris Evans, basically. Until we said, okay, you've got this shield that's this wide and it weighs this much. What would you do? How would you throw it? And he came up with some really interesting ways of doing it. He had nothing in his hands. He's just miming the action. It was basically Chris Evans' ability to mime throwing and catching that shield that made it work.
It's very underrated, that kind of stuff, because if an actor doesn't get it right, there's nothing that we can do to make it work. You know, we can only work with what the actor gives us, and he's great. He just performs every time. I mean, always making sure not to make it look like a frisbee, not to make it look like a boomerang, but always giving it sort of a special arc so that it moves in a particular way. It bounces off of things.
The last element is the sound guy comes there and he puts the sound that the shield makes, even when you're holding it, because it's vibranium and it has this ring to it. Once you put that in there, and when it bounces off something, it makes that sound. It's totally real.